I'm 50 now, and let me tell you something I never thought I'd say at 25. Life moves faster than you think. One day, you're chasing dreams and late-night adventures. The next, you're standing still, looking back, realizing that some of the things you obsessed over didn't matter, and the ones that did, you didn't give enough time to. So today, I want to share with you the life lessons I wish I knew earlier. Lessons that took me decades to understand, mistakes that became my greatest teachers, and truths I'd give anything to tell my younger self. If you're under 40, listen closely. These aren't theories. These are scars and stories. Let's start with this. Time is your most valuable currency. When I was in my early 30s, I had a colleague named Joe. He never missed a deadline. Always sharp. Always chasing the next promotion. We all looked up to him. But one day, he broke down in the parking lot. His daughter had grown up while he was stuck in meetings. Missed birthdays. Missed piano recitals. She was moving out, and he didn't even know who she'd become. That day, I realized you can be present at work and completely absent from life. Don't let that be you. Use your time like it matters, because it does. Hustle is important, but peace is essential. I used to believe burnout was a badge of honor. I remember working 70-hour weeks in my late 30s to chase a promotion. I got it, and 2 months later, I was in the hospital with a panic attack. I had the title, but I had no peace. A friend of mine, Sam, a high school teacher, he earns far less than I did, but every time I visit him, he's smiling. Calm. Centered. He gardens on weekends, mentors kids after school, and sleeps 8 hours a night. That man taught me something I was too proud to admit. Peace is success. People matter more than status. In my 20s, I ghosted a childhood friend after I got my first big job. I thought I was moving on, leveling up. 10 years later, I ran into him at a local bookstore. He hugged me like nothing had changed. That day, I realized he had been rooting for me the whole time. From a distance. Some people love you quietly. Don't let ambition make you deaf to their presence. Value people not for what they can do for you, but for who they are. Take care of your body, because no one else can. My older brother used to joke, "I'll sleep when I'm dead." He pushed his body to the limit. Ate terribly. Drank too much. At 45, he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and had to rewire his entire lifestyle. He's okay now, thankfully. But watching him struggle to undo years of neglect hit me hard. These bodies we live in, they're not invincible. They're borrowed. Treat yours with respect. You'll thank yourself later. Don't chase perfect. Chase real. When I was dating in my 20s, I had a checklist. She had to look a certain way, act a certain way, never show weakness. That list kept me from real love for years. I eventually met someone who didn't tick all those boxes, but she laughed at my bad jokes, supported my lowest moments, and held my hand during my mom's funeral. That's real. Real is rare. Don't overlook it chasing an illusion. Learn to forgive yourself first. I made a business mistake in my early 40s that cost me thousands. Worse than the money, though, was the self-blame. I lost sleep, lost confidence. A mentor pulled me aside and said, "If you're still punishing yourself, you haven't learned the lesson yet." That hit me. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's wisdom. I took the hit, rebuilt smarter, and now help others avoid that same mistake. That failure made me better. It will for you too if you let go. Say what needs to be said before it's too late. A friend of mine lost his dad suddenly. No warning. No goodbye. He told me the last thing he said to him was, "I'll call you later." He never got the chance. Since then, I don't hang up the phone without saying, "I love you" to my family. It sounds small, but it matters. The words you withhold today might become the regrets you carry tomorrow. Success without meaning is just noise. I once knew a guy named Daniel who ran a startup that went viral. Millions in funding. Everyone envied him. But he told me, "I built something big, but it doesn't mean anything to me." That shook me. He walked away from it all and started a community library in his hometown. He found joy in helping kids fall in love with reading. You see, success isn't how loud your life looks, it's how true it feels. Comparison will rob you blind. I used to measure my life against others constantly. Why is he further ahead? Why did she get that opportunity? It only made me bitter. One day, I met an artist in her late 40s, never famous, never rich. but her eyes sparkled when she talked about her paintings. She said, "I live my dream quietly, and that's enough." That changed something in me. Stay in your own lane. The race isn't real. The rhythm is. Don't wait for life to get easier. Get stronger. There was a time I lost my job, had a sick parent, and my relationship was on the rocks all at once. I felt like the world was collapsing, but I kept showing up. I took the small steps, made one call, sent one resume, showed up to one more counseling session. That season didn't break me. It built me. Life won't always get easier, but you'll get wiser, stronger, braver, and finally, love more, judge less, laugh often. I know a woman named Maria who works at the coffee shop near my house. She earns little, works long hours, but she laughs every time, with everyone. I once asked her, "What keeps you so joyful?" She said, "Every day is a gift, even the hard ones." That's the kind of wealth I aspire to now. Life is shorter than it feels and sweeter than it seems, if you let it be. Don't take everything so seriously. Laugh at your mistakes. Dance in your kitchen. Say, "I love you," even if your voice shakes. You don't need a million followers. Just a few real moments that matter. Because when you hit 50, you won't care how many likes you had. You'll care if you truly lived. So here's my advice from one life to another. Live full. Love deeply. Let go often. And never wait to be happy. Start today.